Hello everyone, this is Money Mom. Welcome to the channel. It is August and I want to do a monthly update. I actually have been doing these and I really want to start doing these once a month. It kind of is a smorgasbord of all the things going on in my life, and I know some of them will interest you. And one of my favorite parts is what I'm reading and what I read, or my favorite book of the month, and anything interesting I watched. I love to share that with you guys. And then I love to hear what you're doing in your life. Just to let you guys know, unless it's something that gets lost in the shuffle, I actually do read every single comment. One of my favorite things about having a YouTube channel is reading the comments. I love it because there's such variety and you guys are such fantastic people. I cannot say enough wonderful things about all of you. I brag on all of you all the time. So I'm grateful for you guys. Now, the first thing I'm going to start with is I have to tell you a book I read that if you like suspense books, I really want you guys to take this book out for the library. Let me just tell you guys this. I rate books that I read. I read mostly fiction, but I do read some self-help and other books and finance books too. But I would say 80% I like reading fiction. Well, I give things a 1 to 5 stars. Barely anything ever gets a 5. Actually, the only book in the last 3 years that got a 5 until this one was The Silent Patient by Alex McKinless. Let me know if you read that. Those of you that did emailed me and said that you absolutely loved it and it was good. July, I didn't read anything that was like a wow, but the beginning of August I did read this book I'm about to tell you. And in June, I read The Senator's Wife, which I would give 4.5 stars. I absolutely loved it, and one of you messaged me and said you thought it was a phenomenal book. Now this book right here, I really want you to read it. I've read others of hers, but this one I would give 5 stars. It is called The Only One Left by Riley Sager. And Lydia Sen, who also has a YouTube channel, she recommended it. I would give it 5 stars. I won't get into detail on it, but let me just say this. The ending was shocking, and you know I love a shocking ending. It was something that I would never have figured out on my own at all. You think you know what you know, but you don't. And let me just tell you, there's so many twists and turns that it keeps you on your toes. The problem is I could have read it in one sitting, but I had too many other things to do, so I had to put the book down. And when I returned the book to the Libby app or to the library through my Libby app, I was so sad to let that book go. But I will just say this: this woman is going to go caregive, and this is the early 1980s. A woman who has been accused of killing her family. Okay, and you will find out the story behind that. She's accused, but she was never convicted. So you will find out all about that. And this woman cannot speak, but she can type with one finger. So you're going to find out what happens. But please let me know if you're going to read it or if you've read it. The Only One Left by Riley Sager. Now, on to movies. I rented from Netflix, which I'm so disappointed they're going to be ending their DVD program. I have been with Netflix since they have opened their doors. Love Netflix. I watched Are You There, God, It's Me, Margaret. I've read, I think, almost every Judy Blume book. I love Judy Blume. And the movie was fantastic. Like I said, I think Judy Blume is a fabulous author. Let me know if you like her or read her when you were a teenager. Another movie that's a children's movie that I just loved, it was a musical, you're going to go like this, was Lyle the Singing Crocodile. I know it wouldn't be something that most 58-year-olds would watch, but I absolutely loved it. So, now going on to walking. I'm doing this video on Monday, August 7th. And you guys know I video 1 week ahead. Well, I have been walking every day, but I'm going to tell you something I'm doing that's a little different, and it's working better. I'm walking with my friend at the gym on the treadmill. There's nothing wrong with that. But then I was walking while I was on the phone walking around. And I also got my steps in. But this is what I'm doing now. I am now walking to exercise videos. I think it is a lot better for me, and let me tell you why. Because I'm actually concentrating while I'm walking. I'm staying focused. I'm listening to music while I'm paying attention to the instructor, and I'm doing things besides walking. I'm doing things with my arms, things like that. It works every part of your body, and I walk a mile. And I absolutely love it, and I feel like I'm getting a much better workout. A lot of times I don't feel like doing it, but I said, you know what, Dawn? There's so many little challenges that you say, oh, I'm going to do this challenge, I'm going to do that challenge. At least I'm doing it, but sometimes I don't always succeed on the challenges. And I thought, you know what? I want you, Dawn, to succeed. Keep a promise to yourself and walk every day. You said you're going to walk every day in August. I don't care how tired you are going to do it. And so far I have, but I do better when I follow an exercise video and I'm mindful and I'm doing the exercise video and I'm not talking on the phone or doing other things at the same time. So I wanted to share that. Now on to budget. I mentioned this in another video. We will be getting a tree removed, but probably not till the fall. And so there's probably going to be some outdoor work with our trees. So more tree work outside. And so that, and then we also had to have bug treatment and things like that. So that costs a little bit of money. It wasn't that bad. That was like $164. But we are now paying $59 a month for our bug treatment. And that is going to be for termite treatment and regular bug treatment. And I feel like it's an investment and it's something that we need because we have had termites twice and we did have an ant problem. So I want to make sure I stay on top of that. So that's kind of what's going on with our budget. Speaking of budget, I do notice that chronically I've been going over grocery budget every month for the last 5 months, and I've got to figure out what I'm going to do about that. I don't want to just automatically increase the budget because I do think I buy things that I don't need, and I think that I could do better on my budget and make improvements, and I feel like I have a generous budget. It's $500 for the month for a family of 3. I do think that's a fairly generous budget. So I'll keep you guys abreast of what's going on with that. I do have to tell you this though. I rarely waste any food at all. Like for example, yesterday I brought home some strawberries and blueberries. I've already prepared them to eat. Whenever I buy salads, I use everything up. When we have bread, we use all of it up. In other words, we rarely waste any food at all. If we do, it might be a spice that got really old, but our food waste is so very minimal, which is positive. I don't mind spending more as long as I don't waste food, because that's like throwing money in the garbage. So I'd rather spend $550 a month and make sure that we're eating every single thing and using it all, because we do meal prep and I do make a lot of food and I bake a lot of food, so I'm trying to use all of our ingredients, then spend $450 but have food waste. So the main thing I'm concerned about isn't so much the budget, but that I'm not wasting anything to the best of my ability. Okay, then last but not least, I am resigning from one of my scheduling jobs, which I said I was going to, but then kind of eked into August. It's challenging for me to manage all the different accounts that I have. And so I am going to be managing that, and I will be kind of doing more hours on my outside job instead. So that's kind of what's going on. So a little bit of work shift there, but it's all good. I know this went way over 5 minutes, but things are going really well. I do have to get back on my sleep schedule though, because I do tend to be a night owl and then I sleep in a little bit. And so I'm really hoping that I can start to fall asleep earlier so that it's easier for me to get up earlier. My goal really is to be up by 8, bed by midnight would be ideal. So that's kind of what I'm working towards. So that's kind of what's going on in my life right now. I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. What's going on with you? Any budget goals? How are your health goals going? You know, my weight, I've lost over 30. The rest of the weight's coming off slow. I will figure it out. I'm still a work in progress, and I am working on it and making improvements over time. So that's good. But I want to hear from you guys. What's happening in your life? Have you read any good books lately? Seen any good movies? How are things going in your how's things going overall for you? I want to hear from you guys in the comments below. That's all I have to say for now. I love you, I appreciate you, and I sure hope to see you on tomorrow morning's video. Bye-bye.